Hey, what's going on, everybody? So this duo with that consists of Tommy and Diamond is not really going to last a very long time, obviously. Um, I don't really think it was supposed to. Um, Tommy is moving just like Ghost used to move to him, right, with him. And Tommy is doing certain things that we knew why Ghost was doing it, right? Ghost would want to have his cake sometimes and eat it too. And so the situation with that is that he knew, right, Ghost himself knew that that wasn't necessarily the best thing for him to do. And so that's the reason why it is that Ghost would hide certain things from certain people because of that fact. And with Tommy bossing Diamond around like he works for him, and they don't. They're supposed to be equal 50-50 partners where Tommy has the vision and the plans, the brains, right? The moves, because he's been around Ghost, he's been in New York, and Diamond has the manpower, right? People will fall um, underneath Diamond's rule because of how ruthless and how imposing Diamond is. And so they both have their fair share of blame as to why this partnership is not working out. You know, Tommy had to stop treating Diamond like he's some sort of little boy. Diamond is obviously not a little boy. uh, Diamond is a big guy, physically imposing. Obviously, he's physically strong, right? Or he should be. And he's ruthless and he's strategic. Not necessarily as strategic as Tommy is, because in the end, Tommy is going to win. But uh, he has a mind of his own and he has the manpower. And so the situation with that is he's met right. Diamond, excuse me, Tommy is messed up because not only that, but he's been keeping a lot of different things from Diamond. His relationship with Maria, the moves that he tends to make, him taking out um, Chewie because he took out Chewie. That had consequences behind it, where the task force was made instead of Tommy just being cool with it. And I understand Tommy's decisions, but it created a ripple effect. And Diamond himself is also responsible for why it doesn't, why the partnership doesn't work, because Diamond is kind of on his own thing too, where he's getting a bit big for his too big for his bridges, where I think in the short term, Tommy is going to be left out of the loop. But I think in the long term, I actually think Tommy is going to be the one to go between the three of them. I think somehow Tommy and Jannard are going to somehow actually work it out, because the way that it looks like Jannard is going to want to run his own thing. And Jannard and Tommy is going to work out some sort of a deal, but Jannard is just going to cut out Shanti as well, because he's not going to be sitting up there listening to the bullying that Shanti is doing. But at the same time, he's also not going to be listening to, you know, Diamond pretty much, you know, being the way that he is as well, right? Jannard wants to do his own thing. And I think that, you know, in an unlikely fashion, either Jannard and Diamond are going to get taken out with the help, I should say, from Tommy and uh, Maria's brother, right? Um, with the insane princes, right? With the help of the insane princes in an unlikely union, right? In an unlikely allyship, or at the last minute, Tommy's going to make some sort of a deal with Jannard and somehow get Diamond out of the way, because Jannard wants to rule CBI, which was the plot from the very beginning. But Shanti is nudging Jannard to actually remove Diamond. But I think Diamond is going to meet his maker in this by the time the end of the season happens. Let me know what y'all think, though. Peace.